Welcome to the SUNY Sportland podcast, a show where we interview the student athletes of SUNY Cortland. I'm your host, Riley Drew Cross, and we today are members of the Cortland Men's Ultimate Frisbee Club team. We have Luke Barrett, current president of the club, as well as rookies James Weiler and Ryan Trundell. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Of course.
It's a pleasure.
All right, so here on SUNY Sportland, we could try to know some of the student athletes on campus. So let's start off with some of the, the very basic getting to know you questions. So I'll start off with James, and we'll go to Luke, then over to Ryan. Where are you from? What do you call home?
I'm from Suffolk County, Long Island, town of Hauppauge. I grew up mostly in Half Hollow Hills, but I moved to Hauppauge in 8th grade.
For me, I'm from a small little town across the Tappan Zee Bridge or the Mario Cuomo Bridge, Nyack, New York. Kind of close to Long Island, but still in the suburbs.
I have lived in a place called Solvay my entire life. It is just west of the city of Syracuse in central New York.
Yeah, I'm from a little small town over the Albany area called Hoosick Falls. Kind of always remain in the same kind of little 3-town area, moving between them. So moving on, what year are you in here at college?
I'm a junior, but I'd like to call myself a super junior because of my failures at Stony Brook.
I'm very similar to James, actually. Credits-wise, I'm a senior, but I'm in the teaching program here at Cortland, and I started that a little bit later, so I'm a junior in the sequence, but a senior credit-wise.
I am a junior.
Yeah, I'm similar to these two over here, where I'm kind of split on whether I should call myself a junior or a senior. I am in my 4th year as a junior, but I technically have 3 semesters left, even though one of them is an internship, so I don't really know what to really consider myself. So moving forward, major.
Sport management, you always have to make sure that you don't say sports.
Never say sports.
Every professor will get on you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a history SSC major. This is history, social studies teaching. I have a minor in political science.
I am an exercise science major in the kinesiology department. We go in depth on how the body works and to help athletes perform at their best.
Very nice. So, when you were coming to choose your college, what led you to choosing SUNY Cortland?
Well, out of all the SUNY schools I applied to, I only really considered SUNY schools. Cortland was the only one that actually accepted me because I forgot to add all my high school diploma to all my applications, and Cortland, I guess, doesn't care about them. I mean,
makes it an easy choice.
I had the option to go back to Stony Brook as well, but I really wanted to get my foot in the door in the sports industry, and it was either math at Stony Brook or sports at Cortland. So I'm going with Cortland.
Of course.
For me, it's a little different. When I was graduating, I graduated during COVID, but my whole plan was apply to schools. Once I get in, go look at them. I didn't want to fall in love with school and then get denied and have my heart broken. So my plan was get accepted, go look at them, but I did visit 3 schools beforehand. I visited Cortland, Ithaca, and Syracuse. And Cortland's the only campus I liked, so I knew I would apply there. I started getting acceptance letters, and then 3 days after my 4th acceptance letter, COVID hit. Didn't get to look at a single school. I was like, might as well go to the state school. That's one of the cheaper options. I know I like the campus, and if all else fails, I'll transfer. But then I ended up loving it here. So.
Well, I chose SUNY Sportland just because it is very high in exercise science. It's their top major here, so you really can't go wrong. I thought about coming here as a freshman, but then I decided to go undecided because of COVID, obviously, and I just wanted to make sure I was going down the right path. And then in community college, I decided exercise science is really what I wanted to do. So then I came here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm pretty similar to what's kind of been said here a little bit, especially between James and Ryan, where being a sport management major, I kind of came in and saw that sport management just, it's one of the best opportunities in the entire country is to come to Cortland for sport management. So knowing that's what I wanted to go into, as well as kind of also what Luke said, where it's on the cheaper side of college options, that it seems like a pretty good match for me. Fun fact, actually, when I left my community college, Cortland was the only school I applied to, so it was kind of boom or bust here for me. So we'll get into the Frisbee side of this a little bit later, but outside of Ultimate Frisbee, what has been a favorite moment of yours here at Cortland?
Man, favorite moment at Cortland? You know, I gotta say it's probably like the second day we were on campus, and I was with this guy because he's the only guy I knew on campus, and we were looking for stuff to do, and we saw that there was some random picture day. I don't think it was even the picture day we were supposed to be at on the turf field.
Got some photo bombers over here, it sounds like.
Yeah, so we kind of snuck in there. We were playing a little bit of Can Jam, and then we ended up throwing the Frisbee around, and then all of a sudden we got recruited to Ultimate Frisbee.
For me personally, I live with a couple of my friends off campus, and I know it sounds so cliche, but like just like the little things, like being able to walk out into the kitchen and be with like 5 of my best friends. It's just like the little things, joking around like that. There's no like one huge memory I have that trumps the rest. It's like the little hanging out with my friends.
Well, on the flip side of that, there is only one memory that I can think of, and that is meeting my girlfriend Marissa. She is really the light of my life, and I just love every second being with her, and she's really made the semester for me. So
It's very nice. I think I have to say that mine probably just come from work opportunities here. Something between I got to watch a football game in the press box with my family one day. When Cortland's basketball team had that buzzer beater that bounced 4 times, I was sitting at the scorer's table there calling that. Like getting to kind of see some of the cool sides of that, as well as being within the major, I think is probably what's gotten me here. So next, anything that we do for work or job, whether that be here at Cortland or what you plan to return to when you go back home for the summer?
I've only had one job ever in my life. I've worked at Friendly's for 2 years. All through my community college experience, was working like 35 hours a week. Using all that money now for my education here. Running a little dry, but we're all good. The summer's coming soon.
For me, I have, similar to James, I've had 12 other jobs, but the main job I do when I'm back home, I'm going into like year 7 of working at a golf course. It's kind of an ongoing joke that it's a job for high school and college kids, and that I am the longest tenured person outside of this management staff, but they keep calling me back and they pay me well, and free golf is nice, so I just keep going back. So that's my plan, go back there after doing my placement for my observation hours, and then make money that way.
I have also worked at a golf course for about 3 years. It is my only job ever, and I started in community college to make a little bit of money while I was going to school. And yeah.
All right. I back home. I work for a baseball team in the area. I do a not so fun job. I kind of just do everything that nobody else wants to do. But hey, I work for a baseball team, so it's fun. And then rounding out the getting to know the guest question, are we part of any other extracurriculars here on campus outside of Frisbee?
Unfortunately not. I'm not really someone who goes out all too much. If I'm not on the Frisbee field and not in class, I'm sitting on my bed just watching YouTube or just playing Xbox, I guess. I was thinking about joining the sport management club maybe next year. It's too late for that now.
For me, I'm part of NSLS. That's just like an academic honors society type of thing. I've been a part of clubs randomly throughout Cortland, but outside of Frisbee, after I became president, kind of just took up a lot of my time, so kind of dropped everything else for it, and no complaints about that.
For me, I have been a part of 2 intramural sport club teams here. I did basketball in the fall with a bunch of my friends, and then I was asked to join an indoor soccer team in the spring, even though I've never played soccer in my life, but we made it work.
Made it work. Yeah, for me, it's just Frisbee, and I've dabbled a little bit in the sport management club, meetings, but definitely not a, common attendee. All right. So now moving on to the specifically Ultimate Frisbee related questions here. So how did you first find out about Ultimate Frisbee?
Well, kind of going back to my favorite moment, I was technically recruited. I don't know. You could call it whatever, but, like, when I first met this guy, Trendell, he always had this passion for Frisbee, and I knew that if I didn't follow with him, I was just going to be stuck in my room all day. And I figured I'd give it a shot, and I really stuck through it, and here we are today.
And he's an absolute dog.
I'll save that for later.
So, mine's a little different. Most people find out about Club Frisbee through the club fair, but I had to show up late my, I guess, sophomore year when campus back opened up. But another captain on the team, who I've known since I was 2, he texted me. He's like, "Yo, I'm joining this club team. I think you should come because we got nothing better to do." And I said, "You are so right. I have nothing better to do." Showed up to 2 practices, fell in love with it from there. Fell in love with the guys, fell in love with the team, and the both of us worked our way up through the ranks, captains, officer positions. We both done it. So got out through him.
So I did cross country in high school, and Frisbee is usually a big part of cross country. Like a lot of the guys, they play Frisbee a lot and stuff. So I found out about Frisbee through cross country in high school because that's kind of like what my team did, right? So like we had on our easy runs, we kind of just sit back, relax, and just play some Frisbee after practice, just to I don't know, just for something little fun thing, right? And then I never really thought about playing Ultimate much until I saw a few videos on YouTube that popped on my phone, and I'm like, oh my God, this sport is amazing, right? You got guys jumping and diving all over the place, and it's really intense. And so when I came to Cortland, I heard that their Ultimate Frisbee team was pretty good, so I was like, you know what, I'm 100% doing it because it was going to be the best way to find friends, and I was going to have a great time doing it, and I really have.
Yeah, for myself, I guess I technically first found out about it in high school gym class. We had a 2-week unit dedicated to Ultimate Frisbee. Now actually playing on the team with some very modified rules, but that was kind of the first introduction. And when I came out to Cortland, I'd come off of playing 2 semesters at esports my last college, and then 2 years of lacrosse there. And I knew that I wanted to do something that was still kind of competitive, but I knew I didn't want to do anything with varsity. I didn't want to be practicing all 5 days of the week anymore. So I kind of took some looks at a few different clubs. I went to the interest meeting for Frisbee here, and that's what actually was my entry into the club here. I went to an interest meeting for lacrosse and decided that wasn't for me. And I was looking into jiu-jitsu, but that fell through. But I went to the interest meeting here, and right away it was kind of like, this is fun. Went to, similar to Barry, went to some of the practice, kind of fell in love with the guys right away. I was like, yeah, this is definitely where I want to stay. So then kind of vanning off of that as well, when did you start playing Frisbee? Was that just when you joined the club here, or did you play sometime previous?
Yeah, I never had any Frisbee experience before coming here. Before I really felt committed to the team, I was always tossing around with Trendell here, almost every other day. to try to get myself a little bit more situated in the sport, something I've never touched in my life, and I gotta give all credit to him.
So for me, as you were saying, we had a small little unit in a high school gym, or phys ed. I know I'll get crucified by the PE majors if I say gym. But we had a small little unit like that, and me and Canaro, the guy I was talking about earlier, we always were pretty solid at throwing. So I guess that's where it started. Then can jam, and we were like, yeah, we could throw pretty fine. We could not throw pretty fine. We just didn't experience Frisbee at the level that we play now. So.
Well, so I didn't really know much about Ultimate Frisbee going in to the club, but I did obviously know how to throw a Frisbee because I play it with my boys during cross country in high school, and I had a friend who was really into it as well, and he showed me how to throw all different kinds of throws and stuff. So I definitely came in with a little bit of knowledge, a little bit more knowledge than your average rookie would have, but yeah, nothing compared to what I thought I was gonna be. Now it's a lot different.
Yeah.
When you're really out there on the field, it's it's completely different.
Yeah, very, very much so. I kind of going back to that gym class. That's, I guess, technically when I first played, and I became a dog. Let's just say I was first overall pick every single gym class, and I was like, I'm gonna continue that when I go to college. And then I got out here, and I'm like, oh my god, it's just there's levels to this game. But yeah, I guess just playing in, you know, as Barry was saying, phys ed class, so I don't get crucified by our teammates. But I guess technically playing there, but the first time truly playing was with the club here.